Hello and welcome, my name is Shane Comley-White and you're with me at Rocking at the Movies, and today's review is going to be on one that was part of my radio shows that I do on a weekly basis. So this one's going to be going way back in time to quite an oldish movie, and if you haven't watched it, you're definitely going to want to watch it very, very soon, because if you like Quentin Tarantino, that's what you're going into. But before we go any further, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my show and watch all my interviews and also the movie reviews that we do have. And keep in mind that every single time that you like and subscribe and drop a comment in any of my videos, you will be put into a draw to be able to win a set of 2 movie tickets on a weekly basis. So you don't want to miss out, because there are fantastic movies that are coming up, and please feel free to submit this as many times as you want, because the more entries that you put through, the more chances, or the better your chance is down the line. So the movie that I'm going to be reviewing today is one that I've actually done before on one of my very first radio shows, and we're going to be going through all of the different shows that I've done, because each of them are themed, and today's theme is Kill Bill. Now I don't know if you know Kill Bill. It was from 2003, and it is quite an amazingly gruesome movie, if you want to call that, because it is a Quentin Tarantino movie. And he loves his blood and guts and gore, and he loves the fact that when you cut your arm off, it's not just like a trickle of blood or like a little spray of blood. It's a fountain of blood, sprays for about half an hour, and that's the kind of graphic injuries that he always has in there. So if you are a little bit squeamish, you might not want to watch this. But if you like all the blood and guts and gore, you definitely want to watch this movie. So it is a Tarantino movie, like I say, and it is starring people like Daryl Hannah, Uma Thurman, and geez, so many other people, even Lucy Liu. Now Lucy Liu plays a Japanese gang leader, okay, and they even wrote a song about it, and it's Oren Ishii, and that's actually quite an interesting song. So try go look that up on YouTube and see what you can do. Maybe I'll put a link below so you can actually just go and click it and see what you think. But Uma Thurman is the bride. Now you don't actually know her name until maybe Kill Bill 3, if I remember correctly. No one ever wants to say her name. They always whisper it out of, I don't know why, like fear. Okay, and for me that always kind of sounds a little bit like Harry Potter. It's like the person you cannot name, but it's just the bride. They always bleep out her name for some strange reason, but I think it obviously entices you to watch more so you can eventually find out who she is. So she is on a mission to hunt down all the people who are part of her gang or her hit squad, and eventually get to the leader, who is Bill. So obviously it's about killing Bill. And the reason for that is because her husband or fiance and child were killed on purpose, because she wanted to get out of that life and out of the hitman kind of world, and she just wanted to try live a normal life and happy family and have a happy family. And unfortunately Bill wouldn't allow it. It's like, you can't leave, I'm your home, and you got to do what you got to do, and you got to stay, and that's what you got to do. You're not allowed to have your own life. And so she was killed in the rehearsal wedding, in a little chapel in the middle of nowhere. Literally, it's like a street and a church on the side of the road, and that is just where the bloodbath actually started. But the bride survived, and Bill didn't actually think that she would, and that is exactly how the whole story kind of evolves. So the whole mission is about her learning how to fight more with different weapons, and the one weapon that she does choose is a samurai sword, and she even learns from the person who taught her boss, who's Bill, and it's interesting to see how it all plays out. So I'm not going to give you all of the spoilers and tell you who it does what and who kills who and how everything works, but the thing is, you got to watch this movie with a little bit of over exaggerated swordplay and also a lot of old school movie tie-ins. So for example, there's one place where the bride, or Uma Thurman, goes into this restaurant, this Chinese or Japanese restaurant, and she's dressed up as Bruce Lee. So Bruce Lee used to wear that in one very famous movie, a very famous scene where he's in that yellow and black jumpsuit. So it's a yellow clothing with a black stripe down the side. And she kind of mimics him, especially with the sword and all the fancy fighting, tons of wire work when it comes to the stunts. But it works, and she has to fight a group called the Crazy 88. And I'm actually very, very sure that there's more people that she fought than 88 people. So it'd be very weird if you got an assassin group called the Crazy 88 and there's only 88 people. What happens when all of them start dying? Do they get to like 77 or 66 or even 32 or 10? You never know. Or do they just keep replenishing themselves? Now, going back to one of the movies that I was in, which as soon as it comes out, I'm going to be doing a review on that one, and I'm going to be interviewing all of the actors for that. It's called Kill Sight, so please keep an eye out for that. It was actually great. One thing that I would like to tell you is the stunt people, they respawn on a daily and hourly basis. So I can see how the 88 just never diminishes at all. So they're always going to be the 88, the group of 88 people. So yeah, Kill Bill is great, especially if you just want to sit back and go into a fantasy world of over-exaggerated fighting and enjoy the motions and the old school kind of music, tons of blood, and a lot of influence from the typical samurai kind of movies as well, from back in the 60s and 70s, when they're all black and white movies. That's where I think Quentin Tarantino pulled a lot of his inspiration from. So my view, enjoy it, go have fun. There's 3 of them. You definitely want to watch all 3 of them. You don't want to stop at the first one, because it's going to leave you with a lot of questions and it goes nowhere. So you have to watch all of them to understand what's going on. Alright everybody, thank you so much. Please don't forget to send me or drop me a like and subscribe, and also comments, because the more you do, the better the show is going to go, and also the bigger the chances of you of winning some movie tickets, which is sponsored by Ster-Kinekor. So thank you Ster-Kinekor for offering all these tickets, and also there's going to be merchandise that they're going to be giving us at a later stage for some of the new up and coming movies that I'm going to be doing reviews on very, very soon as well. So thank you so much, hope that you enjoy this as well, and we'll chat to you soon. Cheers, bye.